and welcome to the video on measuring angles. By the end of this video you should be able to measure any size angle with a protractor. So let's have a look at the three examples that I have prepared. And this is my first example in measuring angles. I'm asked to measure the size of the angle AOB. It's called angle AOB because O is at the vertex. I know to myself that it's an acute angle, meaning that my answer is going to be somewhere between 0 and 90 degrees. I start off by getting my protractor and putting the center of my protractor, which is underneath the 90, in line with the 0 and the 180 across here. I make sure that this center is over the top of the vertex. And I make sure that the black line that runs towards the 0, along my line A, is directly in line with this arrow underneath here. And I'm asked to measure the angle between A and B. And I have a look at my angle up here, and there's two sets of numbers. There's the numbers that are big on the outside, and there are numbers that are smaller on the inside. And because I know it's an acute angle, I know I'm going to be using the smaller angles. It looks like it's halfway between the 30 and the 40. Now, to make sure of this, I look at the little dashes on the outside, and it does indeed tell me that it is exactly between this 140 and this 150, meaning that it's going to be exactly between the 30 and the 40. This means that my angle AOB is going to be halfway between 30 and 40, which is 35 degrees. In my second example, I'm asked to measure the angle COD, and I note that it's obtuse, meaning it's going to be between 90 and 180 degrees. Again, I get my protractor, and I make sure that the center of my protractor underneath the 90 degrees is going over the top of the vertex at O. And this time I note that the line is going to the left, leading out to my 0 and my 180 out here. Making sure that it's across that line exactly, I then look at the numbers going all the way around the outside, out to this angle out here, which looks like it's going to be about 150. I know it's the outside numbers because I said to myself earlier it was going to be an obtuse angle. So this angle here, angle COD, is going to be 150 degrees. Yep, exactly 150 degrees. My last angle is a reflex angle, and I know it's a reflex angle because this arrow goes around the outside of my angle FOE. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this acute angle here, angle FOE, and then I'm going to subtract it from 360, which would be the full circle here. I get my protractor and I line up at the vertex, the center of my protractor down here, making sure that this baseline goes along my line from up to the 0 and the 180. Measuring my angle, I note that it's almost exactly, if I look at it here, it goes up to exactly 60 degrees. So this angle here, angle FOE, not the reflex angle, but angle FOE is 60 degrees. So I want to know what the reflex angle is, what the reflex angle FOE is. And this is going to be equal to 360 minus my acute angle. And this gives me an answer of 300 degrees. And that's it. I hope now you're able to measure any size angle with a protractor, but if not, as always, ask questions in class and I'll be able to help you. Good luck.